Hey y'all, welcome back. Alright, today I am going to do my take on blackened mahi-mahi with some roasted vegetables. Now this is one of my favorite dishes. It's a good light dish because it's fish and it's good for you. And then just a little bit of vegetables to kind of round that out. Now normally I don't do side items, but since these roasted vegetables go so good on the Blackstone, I'm going to go ahead and do those today. So before we start, I'll tell you about what we've got. So I've got some frozen roasted vegetables. It's basically looks like red potatoes, some onions, carrots, maybe some peppers, and I've put one pat of butter in there with it. I've got a frozen, or was frozen, mahi-mahi filet that I've thawed. For seasonings, I've got lemon pepper seasoning. That I like a little bit of that on the mahi-mahi. And I've got some Zatarain's blackening seasoning. It's really good. Just be careful. Don't use too much unless you like it. You know, like I said, you do you. I sometimes need a towel for my head and a towel for my hands while I'm eating blackened fish and steak if I've gone a little too far with the blackening seasoning. So, I'm going to get the Blackstone fired up. Alrighty, while that's heating up, I'm going to put these two on low. Get that bug off there. And these two on high. The high is mainly for my veggies. So, I'm going to go ahead and take my veggies and get them started. That pat of butter's already in there. And of course I made a big mess on the grill. That's alright. We'll get them all together. Go. Those together. We'll go ahead and throw the dome on there. You should get those flavors marinating together really good. Oh, actually, we'll throw a little bit of blackening seasoning on them also. Just a little bit though, not too much. Just to give them a little bit of flavor. You can use salt and pepper, or you can use whatever you want. I mean, you know how you like your veggies. You cook them the way you want them, you season them the way you want them. Now, mahi-mahi. I don't know how long ago, but I remember there was kind of a campaign that was kind of going against mahi-mahi. Some people call it dolphin fish. Now, not to be confused with flipper. It's not a bottlenose dolphin. It's a dolphin fish. They're not very attractive, but they taste really good. Contrary to what was going around the internet there for a while, they're not bottom dwellers. They may be farm raised or they may be wild caught. It's up to you how you buy them. Check your packaging. Of course, you always want to make sure that your meat and your fish and everything else is farmed and fished responsibly with as little impact to the environment as you can. Me personally, I'm a beef farmer. I'm not a big time beef farmer. I just raise a few head a year. I keep a half and sell the rest to some friends and coworkers so that they can have some responsibly farmed beef that they know where it came from at their house. So if you want the same thing, find a farmer in your area, reach out. I'm sure you can get on their list to get a half or a whole or however they do it. But I highly encourage it. That way you know, like I said, where your food comes from and you know that it's safer to feed for you and your family or your guests. So let's go ahead and get our fish seasoned up. So I'm going to start with a little lemon pepper seasoning. And just a little bit of that because we're going to concentrate on the blackening seasoning. Whoops. Okay, maybe we're going to do a lot of this. So we'll do the top. We'll flip her over. And we'll do the bottom. Now, I know some of y'all are screaming cross-contamination. I'm being real careful not to touch. But fish, unlike a lot of your other meats or main items, I remember from my survival training that fish can be eaten. Fish is one of the few things that is 99.9% of the time safe to be eaten raw. In fact, you could pull it out of the river and get your fillet out and eat it. You could also, I guess, just bite into the side of it if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, like y'all help me out. Put it in the comments. What am I forgetting? But yeah, they bite right into it, and it doesn't look very appetizing the way they do it. But if you flay it out, it's good. It's good for you. Now, take a look at our blackening seasoning. And now last time I put way too much on there, so I'm going to be a little more careful. I'm going to sprinkle some on the top here. And that ought to be good. I'm going to sprinkle some on the bottom. Alright, now some of that's going to cook off, but that'll be alright. Like I said, we don't want it too spicy. Now, that looks pretty good. Let's see. I don't want that too hot, so that feels about right, but I need that dome for the fish also. So, put our veggies here. Those are looking pretty good. We'll let those continue to cook. Just checking flames to make sure I had plenty of gas left. I've done that before. Get about halfway through a cook and realized I was out of gas and it wasn't cooking. So, put our fish on here. It's cooking on low. I'll put just a splash of water here. That'll help it steam that fish. Now fish, you have to be real careful when you're cooking it, especially at higher temperatures, because it'll have a tendency to dry out real quick. So that's why I add just a little bit of water under the dome there to keep that steam going and to help it stay moist. A little housekeeping here, my dirty dishes. Make sure the seasonings are closed up. Got my plate ready to go, get rid of the bug that's trying to land on it. Alright, pull this up to about medium. Keep those on high. Just a little housekeeping here on these. They're looking pretty good. Go ahead and spread them out a little bit. Get them on some hotter parts of the griddle so they cook a little faster, especially those potatoes. Which I'm sure most of y'all know that potatoes are very slow cooking. Carrots are too. But this looks like it has some zucchini in it also, and some onions. Those are as slow to cook. Let's continue. We're just going to take a peek. Looks like it's starting to cook up pretty good. Water's already gone. I'll put another little splash in here. Let that steam off there also. Alrighty, well while we're waiting on everything to cook, let's go ahead and talk about what I need y'all to do. Housekeeping on your part. You can go to my channel, check out some of the other cooking videos I've got. I do everything from poke to cheese stick. So check those out. Make sure you smash the like button, the subscribe button, and make sure you turn your notifications on or off depending on what you want. If you want to get notified every time I put up a new video, then by all means hit notifications on. If you don't like getting those notifications, because I know some of us, if you're like me, you hate seeing those little red dots everywhere. So you can turn those notifications off if you want to. But make sure you smash the like button and share it with your friends. If you see something you like, share it with your friends. That helps the algorithm out so other people can find these videos, and it helps me out as well so I can continue to make these videos. Alright, I think we burned a little bit of time there. Let's check on our veggies. Those are coming along nicely. Give them a turn. There we go. Yeah, those are looking good. Okay. Now let's check on our fish. Oh yeah, there we go. It's time to turn that. As you can see, the white is starting to cook up to the top. So you really got to be really careful not to overcook fish. You want to get it just right. Turn that, let it cook on the other side. A little more water as before. We'll do a little more water this time. There we go. Let that steam up. Those veggies should be finishing up here real quick. Check this carrot. Oh yeah. Cut these carrots up. I just realized y'all probably can't see what I'm doing because of that big dome in the way. But all I'm doing is I'm cutting these veggies up a little bit. One, it makes them a little faster to cook. Two, it makes them a little more bite-sized. You know, one thing that the Chinese are real big on is everything, when it comes to the table, should be able to be eaten without a knife. So if you'll notice, next time you go eat Chinese, everything is already bite-sized. You don't need to make the bites yourself. And that may be the case with Japanese also. I haven't had anybody tell me that. But it may be the same thing with all Asian food. Tell you what, if you know that that's the case, then go ahead and leave me a comment and tell me, is that the case or not? And if it's not, straighten me out. Tell me what's right, what's wrong. I am not too old to learn new things. We should all keep learning our whole lives. Alright, you're doing good. I'm going to put a little oil on there. Get them to crisp up a little bit. And I believe our fish is about done. I'm going to go to low. And, oh, I'm a thermometer. Be right back. Just realized I don't have my apron or thermometer on. Right. Checking the internal temperature. We want to get to 140. Not much higher. There's 90. Okay, looks like we got some more to cook then. Keep that there. So I forgot my apron for this one. If that'll stay there or not. But, alright, let's put it back into the dome and we'll give it another squirt of water. Now, one of the other things to watch is I didn't quite get that fish thawed out as well as I wanted to. So that could be why the internal temperatures take a little longer to cook up. Now, like I said before, fish is okay to eat raw. It's one of the few things that 99% of the time it's safe. But since I got it on the grill or the griddle, I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's cooked up to 140. These veggies a turn. Oh yeah. Those are about finished. Back up. Don't want to crank it too high because I don't want that fish to get tough on the outside, just trying to get the inside done. Keep these on high to keep those veggies going. I think we're a long way off from overcooking those potatoes. We'll keep it going. Alright. I'm going to be really careful on this fish because I really don't want to overcook it. I want it to get just right. I went back to the same place there. Let's see. I don't know. Let me give it a turn. it goes. Alright, now if you don't have a thermometer, another way you can check fish is take your fork, and as long as it flakes off, there we go. So it's starting to see how it flakes off real nice. Let's go ahead and give that a taste. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's good. That's real good. Okay. But before I eat the whole fish on the griddle, I'm going to give it just a little bit more blackening seasoning. Flip again. A little more water. Make sure it stays moist when it finishes up. Alright, get the plate over here. About ready to plate those veggies. Just give them another turn. Oops, that was loud. There we go. Alright, I'm going to call those veggies done. It's on the plate. Give another temp check. Alrighty, I'm going to call that done. Sear that blackening on there real good. Whoops. Over there. Same thing on that side. Just flip her over and plate it. There we go. Turn this off. And get a little stuck on there. So try not to put very much water on my Blackstone, but this is one of the times where that little bit of water helps to steam off the stuck on food. And if you're wondering, I'm just giving everything a little couple minutes here to rest. Make my cleanup just go just a little bit faster when I get done. Alrighty. So, black and mahi-mahi, roasted veggies. I'm going to start with the veggies because I already had a little taste of the mahi. I know it's good. Let's see how these veggies turned out. Pretty good with that little bit of blackening I put on there. Honestly, I'm going to put a little salt when I go inside. Let's try our mahi-mahi. Now, you see the color, that good white color all the way through. You can see the outside. Just a little bit of paprika that's in that blackening. Let's try her. That's money. That's good stuff. Now, what I will say is I cooked it a little bit too long to get it up to that internal temperature that I wanted, and it made the outside just a little bit chewy. But it's not too bad. I can live with it. if I was going to do it, oh, see how that came apart real easy? If I was going to do it again, I'd probably just give it a little extra time to thaw out before I try to cook it. That way the whole thing was thawed and I wasn't frozen in the middle. But, as you can see, I'm having a hard time stopping eating because it's so good. Yeah. I'm not going to have any problem eating that. Alright. Well, that wraps up today's show. Now, once again, we already talked about it once. Ooh, got some of that blackening season stuck in my throat. Alright. Make sure you like and subscribe. Like and share. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Until next time, y'all keep cooking.